When Mary J. Blige opens her mouth to sing, it isn't just music, it's confession, it's testimony, it's the sound of survival.
Right. Come on, baby, just party with me. Let loose and set your body free.
For 3 decades, she has been known as the Queen of Hip-Hop Soul, a title earned not by polish or perfection, but by pain, grit, and truth.
Marriage, and for years I've been just insecure, didn't like the sound of my voice, didn't like what I looked like, didn't like anything about myself.
Mary didn't just sing about love and heartbreak, she lived it. She didn't just talk about struggle, she dragged herself through addiction, abuse, betrayal, and humiliation in front of the world.
Fuck everything and everybody for real. I'm not even whatever, because I've had so much bad stuff happen to me.
Every album wasn't just a project, it was a diary of her scars. But the crown didn't come easy. Behind the Grammys, platinum plaques, and red carpet glamour lies a woman who endured public betrayals, abusive relationships, crippling addictions, and one of the ugliest celebrity divorces in music history. This is the rise, the fall, and the rebirth of Mary J. Blige, America's soulful phoenix, a queen who burned but refused to turn to ash. Mary Jane Blige was born on January 11, 1971, in the Bronx, New York, before moving to the Schlobum housing projects of Yonkers. Her childhood was defined not by innocence, but by exposure to violence, poverty, and abuse. Her father left when she was young, leaving her mother to raise her and her siblings. Mary grew up watching women around her being abused, sometimes in her own home, sometimes right outside her door. She once recalled, "I never saw a woman in my neighborhood who wasn't abused. I thought it was normal. Screaming, beatings, women running down the hallway. That was my lullaby." At just 5 years old, Mary endured sexual abuse at the hands of a family friend, an event that haunted her for decades. The pain of her early life fed the insecurities that followed her into adulthood. By 16, Mary had dropped out of high school, drinking heavily and running with rough crowds. To escape, she sang, first in church, then into a karaoke machine, recording herself over a Whitney Houston instrumental. That demo would later change her life. At 18, Mary's demo landed in the hands of Andre Harrell, CEO of Uptown Records. He signed her immediately, the first woman to join the label. Soon after, a young Sean Puffy Combs became her producer. Together, they crafted What's the 411, 1992, an album that blended raw hip-hop beats with Mary's gospel-soaked voice. It was revolutionary. R&B had never sounded this street, this emotional, this real. Songs like Real Love and You Remind Me made Mary the voice of young women struggling through love and survival in the 90s. Critics crowned her the Queen of Hip-Hop Soul. But fame brought new temptations, and Mary was already drowning in alcohol and drugs. Her second album, My Life, 1994, wasn't just music, it was a cry for help. Behind the soulful ballads were tales of depression, suicidal thoughts, and a toxic relationship with Casey Haley of Jodeci.
And I'm not going to let my past stop me from that. And I believe it's because I love myself like that, I'm able to draw things to me.
Their relationship was passionate, public, and violent. Mary admitted years later, "He beat me. He cheated on me. I thought I wasn't worth anything. That album was me screaming for somebody to save me." Casey publicly humiliated her on multiple occasions. On a British talk show, after Mary flashed her engagement ring, producers played a clip of Casey flat out, denying they were engaged. Mary sat stunned as the world laughed at her heartbreak. That album, My Life, became her masterpiece, an open wound pressed onto vinyl. Fans felt her pain because it was theirs too. The album went triple platinum, but Mary herself was falling apart. Through the late 90s, Mary's personal demons nearly ended her career. Cocaine, alcohol, depression, she was spiraling. She admitted she would drink before interviews, perform drunk, and cancel shows because she couldn't get out of bed. Her relationship with Casey grew darker. Friends claimed they'd seen him drag her across hotel hallways. At one point, Mary said she locked herself in a bathroom, convinced he might kill her. The tabloids thrived on her misery. Mary J. wasn't just a star, she was a cautionary tale. Yet every time she released music, it was undeniable. Her pain translated into platinum. In 2001, Mary J. Blige finally decided to fight back. She entered rehab, started therapy, and leaned heavily on faith. Out of this struggle came her 2001 album, No More Drama. The title track became an anthem of rebirth. The world had seen her broken, but now they were seeing her healed, or at least healing. Mary was rising, and her fans rose with her. But drama wasn't done with her yet. In 2003, Mary married Martin Kendu Isaacs, her manager. For a while, it seemed like stability. She credited him with helping her stay sober. But the marriage was controlling. Kendu managed not just her career, but her life, her friendships, her finances, her decisions.
Out of debt. I'm out of debt now, but I mean, I owe millions, like hundreds of millions of dollars in tax.
By 2016, the marriage imploded. Mary filed for divorce, accusing Kendu of infidelity. He allegedly cheated with her protege, singer Starshell. The betrayal devastated her. Then came the financial nightmare. Kendu demanded $129,000 a month in spousal support. He claimed he was accustomed to a lavish lifestyle. First-class flights, private chefs, personal trainers, all paid for by Mary. Mary fought back but was ordered to pay him $30,000 a month. The divorce left her millions in debt. In interviews, she admitted, "That divorce stripped me of everything. Money, friends, self-esteem. I had to start from zero. That was my rock bottom." She channeled that pain into her 2017 album, Strength of a Woman, one of her most powerful works, filled with rage, heartbreak, and survival. Despite every betrayal, every scandal, every addiction, Mary J. Blige never disappeared. She transformed. She racked up 9 Grammys, sold over 100 million records, and became an actress, earning Oscar nominations for her role in Mudbound. She headlined the Super Bowl halftime show in 2022 alongside Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Eminem, proving she wasn't just surviving, she was still reigning. Artists from Beyoncé to Adele cite her as inspiration. Rapper Nas once said, "Mary was the one because she wasn't made up. She was the girl around the way with the big earrings. She was real." Mary J. Blige built her empire on truth, ugly truth, beautiful truth, but always truth. Mary J. Blige's life is proof that resilience is louder than pain. She is the little girl from Yonkers who turned trauma into triumph, the woman who turned abuse into anthems, the queen who refused to let betrayal break her. Her music remains therapy, not just for herself, but for millions who see their own struggles reflected in her voice. And even now, decades later, when Mary sings, the world still believes her, because she's lived it, every word, every note. Mary J. Blige isn't just the queen of hip-hop soul, she's the queen of survival.